So I think some of the footage that we did not have, I think I have maybe just a few clips and a few pictures of the night before closing. Our agent calls us and tells us that the buyer is not going to be at the closing table because there's a huge, I don't even know what to call it, like just a pipe in the crawl space. I don't know what type of pipe it was, honestly. Like was it plumbing? It wasn't even plumbing because how heavy it was.
It was a plumbing type pipe.
And it was just old, like it had been disconnected. The previous owners had left it down there, and it just went across, I kid you not, the whole house, at the bottom of the whole house. And we didn't think it was a big deal because it was not connected to anything. It was just old. It was a rotten pipe that was sitting down there. It was too big for anyone to get out, so that's why the previous contractors hadn't gotten it out. And the crawl space people just said, you know, it's too big, you would have to break it in pieces. So the night before, like 10 p.m., you called all your friends and family to come help us get it out. And I think I have some videos where it's just all of us sitting there trying to break this pipe apart with some like type of thing that was producing fire. I don't even know what's it called.
It was a cutting wheel. I think my friend that helped us, Vic, shout out to Vic, he's actually the one that told us about that, how to cut like that type of pipe. Because I think it was like, what was it, iron, or I think it was
like steel, I don't know.
It was like a thick
metal, some
yeah,
type of metal.
So he ended up telling us about a cutting wheel. We went to my brother's job. Shout out to my brother.
No, so we were there trying, like,
yeah,
6-7 people trying to get this thing out, and there was like fire coming off the pipe because of the blade.
Yeah.
And we just, nobody could do it. The guys couldn't lift it. It was just too big to even try to get it out. Yeah.
I'm swole. That shit was heavy.
Cut. So after that, I just said, you know, it was already midnight at that point, and I just said, you know, I just tell everyone to go home. I think it was a Sunday night. Your nephews were there, so yeah. I just said, tell everyone to go home. We'll figure it out on our own. And you were like, let's just try it one more time. Go to my brother's, get some tool, and figure it out.
I don't lose. So I had to get it out.
So I think we drove like an hour out there to your brother's job to get the tool, an hour back to the house, and then just the two of us.
Yeah.
And I think, did the tool work, or did we end up just like picking it up and dropping?
So when we were all there, my brother brought a tool with him, and it wasn't doing the job.
Wasn't big enough.
Yeah, so she said. It wasn't doing the job, so it was already midnight, so we told my brother about the cutting wheel. It ended up being me and Chabeli going back there to my brother's job site and getting that tool. And everyone had already gone home. We went back to the house. We were like, oh, we gotta get this thing out. We have to do it. There's no and buts. It has to come out by tonight.
Oh, then we're gonna not close
if
tomorrow.
we want to sell the house, it has to come out. So we ended up going back, just me and Chabeli. Next thing you know, I got to work. I was like,
I don't even know how, because at some point
we cut it into like 3-4 pieces. Yeah, and it was heavy.
And I think at some point I think halfway we figured that we could just pick it up and drop it and it would break.
Nah, it wasn't gonna break. I was just dropping it because that shit was heavy.
But it broke.
Yeah, the end piece that was
like rotten,
yeah.
Yeah. And I think it was you that was like, no, let's try again. And I was like, you know what, I don't even care if these people show up at closing tomorrow. Like, I'm so fed up. It was like 1 in the morning at that point.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, let's go back, let's try it. We just got to get to the closing table and we'll be done. And I remember when we got it out, you just wanted to leave it in the back because we were like,
right,
okay.
Yeah, shout out to her, because I wanted to leave it in the backyard. I was like, they said, just get it out. They never said where to put it. So my thing was, we got it out the crawl space, left it in the backyard. Surprise for them the next morning.
But we were gonna come the next morning and get it.
She was like, oh, let's leave it in the front. blah blah blah, it'd be easier the next day, blah blah blah.
Because we were gonna have to go get it, so we were already all dirty from just holding that thing with
Right.
everything. And you were like too tired, you were ready to give up at that point, which understandable. I had given up way before you
So
did.
we were
but-
thinking the next day, we were like, oh, we're just gonna rent a U-Haul,
Mhm.
come pick it up in the morning, and throw it somewhere. And
Take it to a junkyard.
Nah,
then
we were planning on leaving it on some neighbor's yard or something.
why would you?
And that was our plan.
No, it wasn't. I got like 50 yards and no one would
Yeah,
come and
so
take it.
Our last plan was to leave it on someone's yard.
You thought I was gonna
And,
hit you.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we're like, the next morning we rented a U-Haul, and
We were already late and everything. Like,
Yeah.
I was working remotely, so it was stressful. I was getting calls. We were driving there.
right.
It was super early. We probably got like 4 hours of sleep that night.
Next thing you know, we rented a U-Haul, and but as soon as we got there, people were already picking it up. They were selling it for scrap metal, and
We felt
guess-
so lucky.
yeah,
though,
they
that
thought-
morning. I think I almost cried.
they thought we were gonna say something to them.
Because we left it
But-
in the front of the house, so these
By the
random people,
mailbox.
yeah, these random people just had a truck that were driving by picking it up, and I guess
For
they,
scrap metal, they make money.
yeah, so I guess they got scared when they saw us pull up, thinking that we were gonna tell them not to take it, and I just kept saying
like,
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so we got really lucky. I think we were so desperate. I don't know what we were gonna
Yeah.
do. Like at some point, I was like, let's just take it with us and figure it out after closing. But it worked out. As soon as we pulled up, they were taking it away, so we were all set to close. And it was, I don't know, like it never really hit me when we got our check, we got our money,
Yeah.
and I don't know how it happened, but we didn't lose money. Like we actually made some money, not as much as we could have made.
Yeah,
but
we didn't. I mean, we made money, and not as much as we expected because of the whole contractor and all that. It cut into our profit, but I mean, we did really good for our first flip.
yeah, most people lose money on their first flip, and I mean, thankfully we had stuck with the numbers. You had found this great property that really wasn't that bad.
You didn't believe in it at first. You didn't believe it.
No, we
We had made, I think it was 3 offers, and you were like the first one you really loved, and this one I was like,
and I think we went, yeah, we went under contract and we hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
So we had no idea what was inside because they didn't have any pictures either.
Right.
It was just a feeling, I guess, that you
So
had.
we just put an offer, and
Got accepted.
next thing you know, I got set. They were like, oh,
We were like, really?
are you sure?
But yeah, so I think it never really hit me that things were done because we had to deal
Yeah,
with so much
so much
crap,
bullshit.
yeah, before then. But I would say it was a good learning experience. I'm excited for the next one, even though in a crazy market right now. But I'm a realtor now. Shout out to Dream, Dream Real Estate.
Alright.
Oh, sorry.
Be good. Not one now. Good. But I gotta talk business.
Anyway, so it was a great learning experience. I'm excited to be a realtor now, be full-time.
The realtor that represented them.
Oh my gosh, we
He
didn't
was
talk about that. Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up, but he's a
Talking about realtors. We didn't even talk about that. Their realtor, the buyer's realtor, was...
don't even get in it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
that's a next.
keeping
that's
up with the flips.
Yeah, whole nother segment about realtors.
Yeah, you're right. So that's all we had for you guys. We'll save the realtor story for another time. That's a long one. But takeaways, I will definitely do it again with my business partner, baby daddy / dog daddy. We learned a lot. We're really excited. Looking back, obviously it's a more happy memory. I know when we're in it, there was nights that we would cry.
Okay,
we would
everyone. I
stress.
feel like everyone thinks that getting into real estate, like flipping, wholesaling, it's easy. There's so much more,
behind the curtain.
like financial, all these contracts, hard money, cash.
And just legal things
Yeah.
that you can
It's
easily get in trouble with.
for anything.
Exactly.
Like firing a contractor.
yeah, like we had to do it the right way. Thankfully, we have Roger Blankenship, who's our mentor. If you ever want to learn more about this whole business, I definitely recommend you reach out to him.
Honest guy.
He took us under his wing and has just been a great person to us. I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. And he's always been so transparent. He's, I mean, don't want to curse on the video, but he's about no bullshit. He'll tell you exactly how it is, what you're doing wrong, what you need to be doing to actually get started in the business. So I think something that we learned, and I guess we'll save the before finding Roger for another video.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, we made so many mistakes before that, and it's just been a learning process. It's not a quick straight up to success or anything like that. It takes work, but it is definitely something that we want to do full time. And now that I have my license, it's just been another gateway for us to achieve our goals and see where we're gonna be in a few months and in a year, and I'm excited. But yeah, it's a lot of hard work, and I think, you know, just like anything, it's a lot of hard work and you have to become good at it. So
like Robinhood, it's been hard work right now, but we're making money.
But with that, we'll close out, and hopefully you guys got to see a little bit more about our project and what we did, and we'll be back. I don't want to say we'll be back with more videos.
Nah, we'll be back with more videos.
We'll be back with more videos. And
like, follow, subscribe.
All right, and with that, we're gonna close out. Bye.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. Be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see your blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence.
I'm Freddie from My Carly, and you're Carly. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat,
Robinhood.
and Robinhood.
All right. Woo.